Hello everyone. Today we will talk about a topic which is often ignored by the political leaders and the policymakers: education, specifically higher education. India is the third largest country in which higher education is pursued by students. 25% of Indian population, uh, 25% of Indian students get to do their higher education. After China and United States, India stands at the third position. Uh, but in India, education is a very ignored subject, specifically higher education. If we see the numbers, only 25%. Why only 25%? Where are those 75% getting employed? Where are those 75% getting the proper education? I think this 25% must be at least 70 to 80%, because education is the thing that empowers, and elementary education is important, but higher education makes someone specialized in a field so that he can be a real asset for the economy as well as the country. But there are a lot of challenges in front of Indian education system, Indian higher education system. Challenge number one: there is a there is the methods in that are taught in colleges and universities are very outdated. The curriculum is very old. The method followed there is a rote learning. If we see, if we ask the students that are pursuing higher education from Indian universities, Indian renowned universities, uh, very flagship universities, even that how do they get marks in the exam? Then they say that they just mug up all the books word by word, and then one day before the exam, and then they write the exam. That's how they pass. So that is really a concerning thing, that they are not having a skill based approach, and having marks only based on rote learning methods, and the curriculum is very outdated. Many of the MNCs have said before that the students that are applying in them are not skilled, or have studied from a very outdated curriculum which is not applicable in the today's changing world. So it is really very necessary to update the curriculum. And if some if some good efforts are taken, then it can be done. It is not so hard also. There is no fund required to change the curriculum, to revise the curriculum. Almost no funds are required. So why are we lacking in it? I think that the issue is that the government and the policymakers are not even concerned about the curriculums going on in higher education. They are concerned in the other things. uh, like we all know really like we all know that making temples and all. So the second challenge the second challenge in front of the higher education is lack of funds. There's a lot of lack of fund in India. If we talk about specifically higher education, uh, only 2 to 3% of Indian GDP, the complete Indian GDP, uh, is invested in education, and out of that, a very small part is devoted towards higher education. 93,000 crores for the complete education, and only 37 something crores, 37,000 crores for higher education. So that is a really low budget. In that, maintaining good institutions is really very hard, and having a regulation is also very difficult, uh, because 25% 25 because crores of students are there, and having good institutions is must. And in these funds, it is really very difficult to get institutions for all the students. That is the why we are when that is why because that is the reason why competition is very high. About 1%, 2%, or 3% students are only get through the competitive exams and get their seats confirmed, and educate in good educational institutions like the IITs, like the good medical colleges. But where are those 96, 97% students going? They are going in either not so good educational institutions, or they are not even pursuing their higher education. So that is a really concerning thing, we have to increase our we have to increase our educational budget at least to 6% of the whole complete GDP, because that is the number what Israel spends on its education system. And if we talk about China and USA, generally it is close to 5%, but India is really spending very less, uh, only 3%. It is not, it is very, very less. It is not even marginally less, it is drastically less, because most of the population in India is youth. We have a lot, we have tens of crores of students who are studying. So this budget is a really very concerning thing, that must be addressed, that must be taken into account by the policymakers. Next challenge comes the unmotivated teachers. The faculties in universities are not very supportive in research and all, uh, because a very fixed job is there. In If we go to the government institutions, they have a very fixed job, so they are not interested, they don't have any push, they don't push themselves to ensure that the students get the concepts or not. They are generally some exceptions are also there, but generally it is seen that the people generally it is seen that the faculties over there in the institutions do not support a research based study in institutions. From research, a new point arises that the research equipments in the laboratories not so not so good. If we talk about IITs, then IITs have $1 million auditoriums. IITs have a washroom which is built with crores of rupees, but the equipments in the laboratories of even IITs and many government institutions are outdated, are 20 to 30 years old. So that is not the place where research takes place. To get the research takes place and new innovations in science and technology field arise, a very good laboratory should be maintained, and the research equipment uh, should be should be of par level, that is required. And that is the reason why the poor is, that India ranks very low if we talk about the research and development things, and innovation does not take place in science and technology fields. That's also the case with the with the management institutions and the medical institutions also. The competition is very high, as population is high, the youth population is very high, and then the institutions are very low. As I mentioned before, the competition is really very hard, is really very high, and it is really very difficult to get into a good institution and pursue higher education. um, so again, uh, we have to make good institutions and increase our budget first. So that's how these problems will be addressed. Now the next problem, the last problem that I'm going to address today is the merit based system is not there in Indian education system. The students who are going in are not the best students of India. The students who are going for the best institutions are not the best students of India. The professors who are teaching are not the best professors of India. So that is why a lot of things are lagging. 50% of the seats are already reserved for the students uh, who deserve less. But I think if we are giving reservation, then we should give reservation in to the economically weaker sections, to a certain degree. This reservation is very high. 50% education does not make any sense. That 50% of the education budget is almost getting wasted, and only 50% is utilized. So st- that still the education budget is very low, and 50% of this is not utilized efficiently. So that is very concerning thing that should be addressed. But the politics game and the vote bank things uh, does not get these things figured out. So this thing can be changed by just making some political decisions, some strong political decisions. uh, so we can just hope, and we can just give our vote. We can just cast our vote to get the leaders there in the parliament who are not concerned about their vote banks, but they are really concerned about the education system and the and overall growth of the society and country. So that is very much required. And for now we can just hope, and we can just take the we can just as students we can just take the help of internet, and also the education whatever there is available, we can grab it all, and we can just learn from wherever we are getting the knowledge and skills. So this was all about higher education in India. Thank you very much.